Hello, Squire. You need not panic. I don't mind you sneaking out of your quarters to train in the late evening. Yes, of course I know. You're not as roguish as you think you are, young Squire. I only jest. I don't mean to insult. You must be tired, yes? Please, come join me by the fire. Treat yourself to a drink. From what I saw, you are shaping up to be a fine warrior. You train with heart and spirit. You work diligently, even. More so than any of the squires that have been under me. To think, one act of charity would lead us both here, by the warm hearth, drinks in our hands, and as men of honor and courage. That was 6 years ago. Now you're here, close to joining the knighthood yourself. What? You don't think yourself fit for the title of knight? Elaborate, Squire. I'm curious. I see. Well, I'd like to give you some perspective on what you've accomplished since becoming my page at the very beginning. You were brought up from nothing, from the streets. Yet, when you received education as part of your training, when I brought you in, you worked tirelessly to understand all of the information and recall them by heart. I remember needing to intervene in your study sessions as you would forget to eat or drink anything because of your focus. You may not have been the smartest child among your peers, but by the gods were you the most tenacious. I've heard about how they treated you behind the backs of the elders, even behind mine. But even when their harsh words would make your feet drag as if they were weighed down by ball and chain, you kept moving forward and bested them all in the end, through perseverance and willpower. I'm aware that they were nobility, that they had all the resources and personnel to teach them what they had to learn. But you, young Squire, you did it all on your own. You were so committed to proving them wrong and overcoming your obstacles that you refused to let me assist you in your studies or even hire a single tutor. Everyone passed those examinations at some point, but you proved yourself to be more than worthy to directly serve under me and be trusted to perform duties their knight would ask them. You displayed dedication and loyalty. I remember that night where you came to me, and you told me that you had passed your examinations. You cried and you clutched my shirt as you asked me if I was proud of you, even telling me that what you did was for me, and to prove the naysayers wrong. I know. You think it's quite embarrassing now that you're a fully grown adult, but it showed that you wanted nothing more than to walk the path I had made possible for you. I told you that you didn't have to serve under me, that what I did was a simple act of kindness, that you could begin your life anew, and as you would like, under my guardianship. Instead, you walked this path, the path that I walk. Am I finished? No, I have a few more things to bring up. You have gone through countless combat exercises ever since you became a squire, yes? Just like the others, I know. But do you know why you are different? You neither scoffed nor rolled your eyes to the idea of serving your knight. And I don't say this because I like having an obedient servant, but because it showed that you had the discipline to slog through the mundane duties that you were tasked with. Scrubbing my armor and maintaining my weapons are not exciting jobs, but you have not once complained about doing them. I might be reaching, but I think you're wise enough to realize that this is all part of tradition, and it will lead you to the path of knighthood. Don't forget, you were just training outside tonight, as always, relentlessly, as you have for many months now. Yes, I have always been aware that you've been sneaking out in the evening after dark. Why didn't I stop you? Curfew is but a soft rule, imposed only to avoid personnel from going out to do unauthorized activities. People like me, or other squires who are tasked with nightly security, are usually lenient. Of course, that is the technical reason. Personally, I had never stopped you, because no one else had the passion and tenacity to push their limits nearly every single day to improve. On top of your usual combat training or other duties, you spend the evening training, not only with your sword, but various weapons and styles. Despite your true rank, you are a proper model of a courageous and steadfast knight in my eyes. When you see a challenge or a problem, you face it head on and power through it regardless of adversity and pain that you will have to struggle through. I do not know what drives you, Squire, but you have an unquenchable fire in your heart that even a decorated warrior like myself would have a hard time matching. So, I wish you wouldn't speak about your efforts in such a lowly manner. You are a hard-working fellow with a passion and strength that many aspiring warriors can only wish to have. Don't put yourself down, okay? If you ever lose your way, or need a reminder of how true your spirit is, I will be always here for you. To me, you being my squire is but a secondary thought. To me, you will always be the child I could never have first and foremost. To see you succeed and be happy of your accomplishments is all what this old man can wish for. Oh? And what of your losses, Squire? You have faced adversity all your life, have you not? You have been shamed, shunned, harassed, and you kept fighting. You may lose against many of your peers in duels. Some are naturally gifted and others simply outclass you. I understand that. But how many have you defeated yourself? How many hours have you dedicated to your training to overcome your opponents? Progress is not a race, young squire. Everyone will take their steps forward at their own pace. Loss and defeat are part of that path. Being felled in a duel or failing in a test of wits and tactics does not make you less of a person. Learn from those losses and become better the next day. But I'm guessing you don't need me to tell you that. I think that's what you've been doing all your life, isn't it? Well, in case you needed my input, what you're doing is enough. You, young squire, are enough. You have proven your worth to me as a knight, and perhaps, maybe even as a father figure. I know with that fire in your heart, you still have to prove it to yourself. I understand that. I was young once too. For that, you have my support, and I wish you nothing but the best. The best for you and your journey. Now, I do believe that's enough drink and chatter for tonight. I hope my words have given you some insight, and, more importantly, have lifted some doubt off of those shoulders of yours. I understand how something like that can affect a person. Get some rest, young squire. I will see you in the morning. Have a good night.